There's something undeniably special about a living room anchored by wood. The way light dances across grain patterns in the afternoon, how the subtle variations in tone create depth and warmth, the tactile pleasure of smooth surfaces under your fingertips, which transforms a space from merely functional to genuinely soul-nourishing. But creating a wooden living room that balances style with everyday practicality requires thoughtful consideration. This isn't about stark minimalism or cluttered coziness. It's about finding that perfect equilibrium where natural beauty meets intelligent design. Let's begin with the foundation, your floors. Wooden flooring sets the stage for everything else, and how you treat it makes all the difference. Many make the mistake of covering up beautiful hardwood with oversized area rugs, obscuring the very feature that gives the room its character. Instead, opt for a large, neutral-toned natural fiber rug. Jute or sisal work beautifully, that defines your seating area while still allowing generous borders of wood to show around the perimeter. This creates visual breathing room and makes the space feel larger. For high traffic zones, invest in ultra-thin, self-adhesive felt pads for furniture legs. Unlike bulky plastic coasters, these disappear from view while protecting your floors from scratches. Reapply them seasonally as part of your cleaning routine. They'll prevent years of wear while maintaining that seamless wood-on-wood aesthetic. Now let's talk walls. The magic of wooden living rooms lies in creating layers of texture without overwhelming the space. Floating wooden shelves are your secret weapon here. Install them at varying heights, perhaps one long shelf above your sofa and a cluster of 3 smaller ones on an adjacent wall. The key is in the styling. Leave at least 30% of each shelf empty. On the remaining space, arrange items in odd-numbered groupings with varied heights. A stack of 2 hardcover books laid horizontally, topped with a small brass object, paired with a single stem in a slender vase creates visual interest without clutter. For the wood itself, consider mixing tones, maybe a warm walnut for the shelves against cooler oak flooring, to add depth without contrast that's too jarring. Storage solutions in a wooden living room should be both functional and beautiful. That bulky entertainment center dominating your wall? Replace it with a streamlined, wall-mounted media console in a wood tone that complements your floors. The space beneath appears to float, making the room feel more open. Inside, use woven baskets with wooden handles to corral cords and accessories. They'll look intentional when occasionally visible rather than like an eyesore. For larger items like throw blankets, install discrete wooden pegs or hooks on the side of a bookcase or in an unobtrusive corner. When not in use, blankets can be neatly folded and hung, transforming them into part of the decor rather than clutter. Lighting is where many wooden living rooms lose their potential. Harsh overhead lighting flattens all those beautiful grain patterns you've worked so hard to highlight. Instead, create a layered lighting scheme that enhances the wood's natural warmth. Start with LED strip lighting installed underneath floating shelves. The upward glow will accentuate the wood's texture while providing ambient light. Add a pair of wooden-based table lamps with linen shades on your console table. And for your primary light source, choose a pendant with a wooden element, perhaps a rattan shade or wooden beads, hung just low enough to feel intimate without obstructing views. In the evening, lighting at multiple levels will make the wood grains appear to move and shift as you change positions in the room. Furniture selection makes or breaks a wooden living room. The goal is to complement your existing wood elements, not compete with them. For upholstered pieces like sofas and armchairs, look for designs with exposed wooden legs in a tone that either matches your flooring or provides a subtle contrast. A useful trick is to take a sample of your flooring when furniture shopping. Hold it against potential pieces to ensure harmony. Sectionals with wooden frames maintain an airy feel while providing ample seating. For coffee tables, consider a 2-tier design, perhaps a live-edge wooden top with a lower shelf in metal or glass to break up the wood visually while maintaining functionality. Window treatments in a wooden living room should enhance rather than obscure. Wooden blinds are an obvious choice, but for a softer look, try linen drapes in a neutral tone hung from substantial wooden rods. Mount the rods several inches above and wider than the window frame to create the illusion of larger windows. During the day, tie them back with simple leather straps to allow maximum light to showcase your wood surfaces. At night, The drapes will add warmth and texture. Now let's address surfaces, the constant battle between style and lived-in reality. The secret to maintaining that magazine-ready look is strategic organization. Use wooden trays with raised edges to contain items on coffee tables and side tables. A tray can hold a small stack of books, a candle, and a decorative object, while reading as a single, intentional element rather than multiple scattered pieces. For remote controls, consider a small, lidded wooden box with the finger groove for easy opening. It keeps essentials handy but out of sight. Plants bring life to wooden living rooms, but choose and place them thoughtfully. A single statement fiddle leaf fig in a wooden planter makes more impact than several small plants competing for attention. Place it near a window where natural light will highlight both the plant's foliage and the wood grain of your floors. For smaller accents, try air plants in simple wooden holders mounted on the wall. They add greenery without consuming surface space. Wall art in a wooden living room provides an opportunity to break up the wood tones without introducing jarring contrasts. Black and white photography in simple wooden frames maintains sophistication while providing visual rest points. For larger walls, consider a wooden-framed mirror. It will bounce light around the room while echoing your existing wood elements. The reflection will also make your wood features appear to extend beyond their actual boundaries, enhancing the sense of space. Seasonal changes keep your wooden living room feeling fresh without major redecorating. In warmer months, swap out heavier wool throws for lightweight linen versions in pale tones. Change your shelf styling to include more glass or ceramic elements that feel airy and bright. Come winter, introduce deeper tone textiles and cluster candles in wooden holders to create cozy pools of light. A simple wreath made of natural wood slices on your wall or door marks the season without overwhelming the space. Maintenance is the final piece of the puzzle. Regular dusting with a microfiber cloth preserves the wood's luster. Feather dusters just redistribute particles. For floors, a dry mop with a reusable microfiber pad catches dust without chemical cleaners that can build up over time. Every few months, apply a wood conditioner specifically formulated for your floor and furniture type to maintain protection and sheen. Immediately wipe up spills with a slightly damp cloth, followed by a dry one to prevent watermarks, wood's natural enemy. There exists a profound difference between a living room designed around wood and one that simply contains wooden elements. The former breathes with you, changes with you, becomes a silent partner in your daily life. Unlike the sterile perfection of trend-driven interiors that age like yesterday's news, a space anchored in wood's organic essence develops character the way fine wine develops complexity. Gradually, inevitably, beautifully. Notice how morning light transforms your space throughout the year. In summer, sunlight pours through windows to set honey-toned oak floors aglow. Come winter, that same light angles lower, casting elongated shadows that reveal previously unnoticed grain patterns in your walnut bookshelves. The wood itself evolves, cherry darkening to richer hues, maple mellowing into golden warmth, pine developing that soft patina only time can bestow. These aren't flaws in your design scheme, but evidence that your living space has become a living thing. The genius of a truly thoughtful wooden interior lies in its invisible functionality. That solid maple coffee table, its lower shelf stores throws within easy reach but out of sight. Those built-in cedar cabinets, they keep linens fresh while adding subtle fragrance to the room. The reclaimed barnwood accent wall, its textured surface diffuses sound for better conversations. Every element serves multiple purposes, beauty and utility intertwined so seamlessly you stop noticing where one begins and the other ends. Lighting becomes an art form in such spaces. LED strips hidden along ceiling beams create floating effects at night. Adjustable picture lights highlight the cathedral-like grain of your feature wall. A carefully positioned floor lamp turns bookcase edges into glowing lines of warmth. The play of light across wooden surfaces changes not just by the hour, but by how you move through the space. Your shadow momentarily darkening the coffee table, your reflection appearing faintly in polished armrests, creating an unconscious dialogue between you and your surroundings. The true test comes when life happens, that first scuff mark from a moved chair, the faint water ring from an overenthusiastic guest, the slight indentation in your favorite reading spot. Where a perfect showroom interior would feel violated by such signs of living, your wooden sanctuary welcomes them as part of its evolving story. Most marks become invisible with simple remedies. A paste of baking soda and olive oil works minor miracles. But the ones that remain? They're not blemishes, but badges of honor. Proof that design serves life, not the other way around. What you're really creating is a sensory experience. Run your hand along the chamfered edge of a maple windowsill. Feel how the wood's temperature changes with the weather. Notice how different woods release their subtle scents when warmed by sunlight. Cedar's sharp cleanliness, teak's spicy richness, pine's forest freshness. Hear how solid wood furniture absorbs sound differently than hollow alternatives, creating an acoustic warmth that makes conversation flow easier. These are the intangible qualities that make coming home feel like exhaling after holding your breath all day. The magic culminates in wood's unique ability to be both grounding and uplifting simultaneously. Your feet connect with solid hardwood floors, while your eyes follow the soaring lines of exposed ceiling beams. Sturdy oak bookshelves feel unshakably permanent, while the play of light across their surfaces creates constant subtle movement. It's this duality that makes wooden interiors so psychologically comforting. They provide both stability and dynamism in equal measure. Ultimately, the most successful wooden living rooms aren't designed. They're curated over time. That perfect side table you found at a flea market after 6 months of searching. The hand-carved bowl gifted by a friend that somehow completes your mantle. The vintage rocking chair reupholstered in fabric that ties all your wood tones together. These collected moments create depth that no decorator's one-time vision can match. In a world that moves at dizzying speeds, your wooden living room stands as an antidote. A space where time slows just enough to notice the important things, where quality matters more than quantity, where perfect means perfectly lived in. That's not just good design, that's good living.